a massive police van pulled up alongside me. There'd been a complaint that there was a stranger walking around the village filming people's houses. Hi folks, and welcome to today's vlog. We're going to start today's vlog off with a little bit of story time. Dave, will you sit down? Just because I've turned on the camera, that does not mean you can start running around the room. He was sat quietly on this chair until I turned the camera on. Dave, now he wants to go and scavenge in the bin to see what Andy's left in there for him. He certainly knows to move when I'm distracted, the little monster. But yes, story time. Those of you who follow me on Twitter or follow my Football Manager YouTube channel will know that I have a new series of Football Manager that I'm in the early planning stages of, where I'm actually going to create my own club. Long story short, I'm not going to go into loads of it here, but I'm creating a club based in a village called Home, which is about 15 miles away from where I live. So as part of setting up that series, as part of getting some early filming in place for that, I headed over to Home this morning to just do a little bit of filming, just to film myself doing a couple of links for the video there, do a little bit of filming of the scenery. I'm going to overlay some of that for you now so you can see just how harmless this footage is. If you do follow me on Twitter, you'll already know where this is going. But I'd been there probably about 10 minutes or so. I was just doing this bit in front of basically a big field with some really blurry houses in the background that you can't focus on. You don't really know where I am even. But I'm filming on a field and a woman came marching out of her house. What are you doing? And I explained that I'm a YouTuber and I was making a YouTube video. She then said something that was weird, which shows straight away from the off she had no idea what I was doing or what YouTube was. Oh really, we've had a lot of trouble with YouTube around here. And I'm like, what? I don't know what you mean. I don't really want you filming. Well, okay, I'm going to. And we had a bit of a back and forth where she was asking me not to film. I was explaining how legally I can film whatever I want in a public place. I wasn't following her around filming her. I wasn't even filming her house. I wasn't filming anybody's houses. I was just filming me stood in a field, or me stood next to a road, or me stood in front of a sign. It was the most innocent, harmless film you could ever do, but she was not having any of it. She wasn't happy at all, and eventually she marched off into her house in a huff. And I'm like, well, look, I think the parting words I said to her, look, I promise there is not going to be any trouble here. Here, have one of my cards. So I gave her a card. I said, here, have one of my cards, so that you can see the finished video when it's out. You'll be able to see it's completely harmless. I'm sure once you see what I'm actually doing, you'll realise there's absolutely no reason to worry about it. There will be no trouble. She said, look, I don't want anyone drawing attention to Home. We're a very vulnerable village. I don't want people drawing attention to us. I have no idea what that means. But she just didn't want me filming. It's like she was a really old person. She was probably in her mid-40s. You would think that she would know what YouTube is, but she just had no idea. And she certainly didn't know what Football Manager was. So anyway, she went off into her house. I carried on about my business, went round to the other side of town, did a bit of filming near a church, near a sign, and I was just literally finishing off. I was walking back to my car and I was just going to drive home, and a massive police van pulled up alongside me, and the window came down. It was just the one policewoman in there, but it was a massive van, which terrified me for a second. Whoa, what's that doing here? She pulled up alongside me, no sirens or anything. She just said, can I have a word? And I went, yeah, okay. And she went to park up near the church a little bit further up the road. I walked up there to talk to her, and she said that there'd been a complaint that there was somebody, there'd been a complaint that there was a stranger walking around the village filming people's houses. And she wanted to know what I was doing. And in her defence, she was lovely. There was no accusation that I'd done anything wrong. She just wanted to she was just following up on the complaint that she'd had. So I tried to explain to her that, again, same story again, I'm a YouTuber, I was making a Football Manager video, tried to explain what Football Manager was, that I was creating my own club, that I was just doing a little bit of filming for back. So she had no idea why I was there or what I was doing. No matter how much I explained it, it wasn't making any more sense to her. And eventually she took down all my personal details, name, address, date of birth, all that, car registration number, and rang through on a little walkie-talkie to do a person check and a vehicle check to make sure I wasn't a mass murderer in a stolen car. And obviously all my details came back completely fine. I was a teacher until very recently. I have a very clean criminal record, as in I probably don't have one at all. Does everyone have a criminal record, but they're either clean or not, or do you only get one if you're a naughty boy? Because it was the first time I'd ever had any kind of interaction with the police, other than like when I was like 15 and I got punched in the mouth and they brought me home. But I wasn't under suspicion of being a naughty boy. It was the first time I'd ever had my details taken by the police. It's the first time they've ever done a person check or whatever it was she called it, and it was all absolutely fine. She confirmed that I'd not done anything wrong. She did look through all the footage on the camera just to see what was on there, but did confirm, there's no reason why you can't do what you're doing. Just maybe try and stay away from that house. And I'm like, look, I'm done. I'm ready to leave now. It's fine, I'm not going back over that side of the village ever again. I have no reason to ever return. What did make me laugh is while all this was going on, while she's looking through all of the footage on my camera, sort of flicking through all the pictures and all the videos that I'd taken, another car pulled up, sort of almost alongside us. Someone got out of the car with their phone, took a photograph of the church and got back in their car and drove off. And I'm stood there thinking, well, are you not going to check what they just did? Is it just because I'm on a big professional looking camera? Is that why you're checking? Surely that makes me more legit. If I was a burglar, if I was planning a burglary, I'd go out with my phone and try and be discreet. I wouldn't use a big professional camera and a big tripod and a big microphone on top. And I wouldn't be pointing at myself talking into it. But ultimately, I mean, this what was supposed to be long story short and has gone on for about 10 minutes now. Enjoy that, future Kev. Bottom line, she just let me carry on with what I was doing, and nothing more came of it. But I just thought it was mad that there's still villages in the world, and not only that, there's a village 15 miles away from where I live, that upon seeing a stranger in the village, challenge them publicly on what they're doing and ask them to stop, and then when they don't get their own way, they phone the police, and the police come. If someone tried to break into my house now and I phoned the police, they ain't gonna get, if they come at all, they ain't getting here for hours. But clearly there's absolutely nothing going on in this part of the world where they get a phone call report of a stranger, and while I'm still wandering around the village, and bearing in mind I was only there for an hour total, including everything that happened before the woman came out to see me and the police altercation as well, I was only there for a maximum of an hour, so they came out pretty quickly on reports of a stranger in the village. But yeah, that was my morning. I then came home, made more Football Manager videos, and now Andy's due home any minute. But there we go. Story time with Kev. And everybody else is home. We have Andy over here. Say hello, Andy.
Hello.
We have Anna over there. Say hello, Anna.
Hello.
There's chaos in this house this evening. We've got another session of the Fallout 76 beta. We're not going to bell ringing this week, remember? We'll go to Crowland on Sunday, yes. But there'll be no stump on Sunday, just Crowland. But no stump. We've realised we have a slight problem when we're picking him up from his respite. We're not going to do that this time.
Close.
Yeah. When we pick him up on Sunday morning,
I can hear the bells.
it's going to be right at the start of the Remembrance Day service. It'll be going on at the stump. So we can't really take him to that because he won't. He'll be really disruptive.
No, he loves things like that.
But what I was trying to say is the Fallout 76 beta is open for the final time this evening. Anna is desperate to play it, but because she's at uni tomorrow and Andy's at his respite tomorrow, and I'm a buffoon, she's got to get all of Andy's stuff together this evening, which apparently involves sewing a pair of pyjamas. Is this the famous pair of pyjamas that we had the issue with? Why didn't we ever take them back?
Well, I don't believe it.
Yeah, they never got taken back. So Anna is proving that she's a real housewife. She's looking at me like she's going to kill me. Anna is sewing the crotch back up on Andy's pyjamas so that he can take them. Yeah, exactly. They were brand new, weren't they? He'd had them like 2 days. But on the subject of Fallout, we have also purchased a soda stream and all of the ingredients to make Nuka-Cola. If you're not into Fallout, you're not into gaming, I apologise. There's going to be a vlog this weekend that's going to be a little bit confusing. It is still a cookery vlog. Me and Anna are going to do cooking at the weekend. We're going to make our own cola, Nuka-Cola specifically, and we're also going to make iguana on a stick, which is another thing from Fallout, the Fallout universe, but it's basically chicken kebabs, but iguana on a stick, and it's going to be delicious. So we're going to do a little Fallout themed cookery thing over the weekend, so expect to see a video on that at the weekend from the Fallout cookbook, which is going to be awesome. But yeah, most of the evening is really just being spent Andy playing bells over and over again, because that's where he wants to be. For the last couple of months, that's where we would be on a Thursday evening, so he seems to be coping with it reasonably well.
No, you haven't been.
Huh?
You've not been in here.
Well, he's not crying.
No, but when you were making dinner, he was big.
He wasn't crying.
No, but he was having a proper moan about it.
Oh yeah, he's not happy about it. He's been very funny with his crisps this evening as well. He opened like a couple of bags of crisps, emptied them out onto his plate, the way he has been recently. I guess he's finally thrown them in the bin. He's been trying to throw them in the bin for like the last hour and we've not been letting him, but they're not on his plate anymore, and there's a big pile of crisps on the top of the bin. So clearly he has finally thrown them in the bin. So he's not having the best of evenings, but he's getting himself through it by... Why have you got Mummy's phone? Oh, okay. Yeah, he's getting himself through the evening just by watching lots of old bells. I'll show them you watch in a second. Have you watched today's vlog, Andy, with the Emmet clock in it?
It smells.
I put the Emmet clock in the vlog just for you.
No.
Chuck it over. Anna wants you to see her new watch face, Fallout themed. That noise was Anna's phone bouncing across the floor. We're going to pretend that didn't happen. Dave, can you pass me that phone?
But the thing is, yeah, I only replaced the glass on it yesterday. Why are you not?
Phone. No, Dave. Phone. Watch. Watch. Oh. I'm not going to try and get back up on the chair now. This is where I sit from now on. I think we're going to end the vlog there, because once we've done these pyjamas, we need to get Anna on foot. Yeah, Anna needs to get Andy sorted for bed, and then she needs to play Fallout. Dave has an entire 6-pack of crisps, and he's just going to go for more. Dave!
David!
Does anyone want a dog? It would be nice for you to just send him here for like 20 minutes a day so I can just play with him. But the other 23 hours and 40 minutes, please do something with him so he's not here destroying everything. He's just sat here with me now. Anyway, if you have enjoyed today's vlog, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for us. Subscribe to the channel for more daily vlogs. And thank you very much for watching.
Yeah.